Hi guys, so today I just want to make some paper ruffles like you saw in the intro. This is one little set that I always keep because I really like the way these turned out, so I keep them to kind of look at them and be able to kind of replicate them. In doing this, I remembered I did this I think last year sometime. I do have a Cricut file that's just free if you guys want to download it, and basically all you're doing is you have a strip of paper and you're putting some score lines, and they have to be kind of wonky, like this and like that and like this and like that, so that when you squish it, it'll just make your ruffle. And I think the one I came up with on Cricut was pretty decent, so hopefully you guys enjoy it. This guy I'm looking at, it probably went like this. There we go. Something like that. And on this side it looks like this. You know, this was one of my more favorite ones, so I just kept it to kind of be able to replicate how I did this. So the free Cricut file, not Cricut file, will be in the description box, and then, you know, my regular tools that I use are always linked there in the description box. Generally, those are affiliate links, which means I'll make a small commission for your purchase items to those links. Today, we're just going to cut and make some pretty ones, getting ready for Valentine's and little projects like that. So you might think, why do you use this? Whatever you want. Like, I don't really have anything. Let me see. Oh, you know, I know what I have. Hold on. Give me 1 second. This is really putting me on the spot here. I just have this pretty, like, from a swap that we did last year, I believe. This cute folder, and I haven't looked to see what's in here, but hopefully it's something that'll work for me. You know, you can take your ruffle and just layer things on top. And then that could be your focal point on your card. It can be on a gift bag or goodie bag, whatever it is. I'm gonna use this one even though the colors are a little different, but let's say, you know, you put a pretty butterfly. Let's pretend that, let's move this. Let's pretend that those coordinate a little bit better. Like I said, I just grabbed some stuff, and then maybe you have like this on here, and then maybe we put something towards the back. I would say something else that's more die-cutty, but let's just say something like that. And you have like this little cluster that you can put on a card or something, right? That's all there, you know, just something fun, gives you more texture. Maybe I would cut these and stick maybe one of these guys back there instead of, you know, this other one. But something like that. So hopefully you'll like the tutorial. I'm just using, I grabbed this paper pack because it's very Valentine's-y, very girly kind of colors that I enjoy here. And so this is a pretty posy first edition paper. Sometimes I find these on Amazon, sometimes I'll find them at Joann, but if I see them on Amazon, I'll link them for you. And then just a, obviously something to cut with. We're gonna need a scoring tool of some sort. And let's see here. I just usually fold them in my hands, so that's when I say scoring tool. It's just to flatten them out, because I usually just kind of go by hand and crinkle them up like this. And a sewing machine. So I have my little Janome, I think that's how you pronounce it, sewing machine here that's loaded up with gold thread. But we'll get to that in just a second. For right now, let's just, you know, I would like to make some different ones, but that would mean cutting into different papers. Oh, look at this one. This one's already cut, so we're going to use that scrap. That one has some shininess to it. I mean, it might work. This one feels a little thick. I feel like it's going to be a little, what's the word? Maybe we'll use this one too. Like brittle? Not those. There was another paper I had seen in here that I thought would be really cute. Oh, I mean, this kind of thing is really cute. The stripes. Light color. We already have that one. Should we do a stripy one? Okay, let's go for that. And these look really cute, especially in patterns that you're not sure what to do with, or maybe it's not your favorite. Oh my gosh, this is like, I'm gonna have to rip this out. Yeah, there we go. Wonderful. Okay. So there's that. And I generally like these to be like 1.5 inch thick, 2 inches thick. It can be whatever you want. You want to make a small one, you know, whatever it is. But I think these are 1.5 inch thick, and that's generally what I prefer. So with this one, we can go up this way and the stripe will go across, but I want it to be small bits, so I'm just going to cut this at 1.5 inches. And again, you can get these cut on your Cricut if you have that. I think you can still use the cutting file if you have other machines. I don't really know, because the only other machine I had before was a Pazzles, and then I was gonna say, I got, what? I don't know what I do with it. I think I might have given it to one of my friends. I haven't seen it in forever. Like, I don't have it here. But I was like, I think I gifted it to my friend who kind of understood it better than I did. It's just, you know, I did create my own patterns for that, and that was fun, but like I cut I don't know. It's just not my thing. That's why with Cricut moving to like more and more things that are just based on their software, I'm like, but I guess we all have to grow and change, don't we? All right, so there it is. So these are 12 inches by 1.5. I have 4 of them. You know, I like to cut the little ends. I usually don't do that at the beginning. I mean, you can do it now, you can do it afterwards, whatever. I just usually leave that till the end because then maybe I don't want to score them. So what I do is I'll keep this like in front of me. Obviously the Cricut file is already what it is. And I kind of see like maybe an inch or so in. I'm folding this one down. And what I mean by down is like, if we have this, I'm going down like this. Right? That's a really sharp one. And when I come back up, I want to kind of straighten it out a little bit. So I'm kind of bringing it to almost straight, but not quite. And then this time I'm going to bring this behind to kind of meet up with that point, the point right there, and maybe straighten it out. So as you can see, it's kind of back to straight almost. You don't have to keep it so on top of the other one. So it's almost straight. Maybe I'll straighten it out a little bit more actually. And I haven't really pressed anything, but I will now. So I brought that back. It looks something like this, right? Similar, like a little cup. And now we're going here, and again, we're going to take it out maybe an inch or so and bring it back down again. You kind of want the ruffles to match, so honestly I'm going to bring it a little bit closer. So I'm trying to get it close to this one, and then maybe I'll cut back, again, kind of straightish, and then I'll bring it back to touch this area and back out to almost straight if you can, right? And they can be more overlap, they don't have to be so tight. And then one last one, which I'm kind of running out of paper, but I can kind of bring it in here. You have to make some adjustments. Maybe this last one's not going to be as cute, you know? Actually, that last one I really don't like at all. I made this one too big. Should we try it anyway? We can try it anyway, okay. Because maybe what we do is we put ephemera on top of that. That'll just kind of iron that out, and then I'll probably just leave it straight, so maybe I'll cut this guy. And I'm just getting this tool to help me kind of flatten all that out, because this has to go into your sewing machine, so you want it pretty flat. Actually, that's not too bad. Maybe we'll leave it. And maybe we can still even dovetail if we wanted to, and just get rid of a lot of it there. I don't know. We'll see. Okay, so there's one. And again, I'm just doing this. And maybe that one wasn't the best. The paper was pretty thick. Okay, so here we go again. I like to go kind of down and kind of up. I'm not going to dip it as much as I did that first one. Right? And then back towards that area to go kind of straight again. Keeping it a little tighter. I don't know if you can see, this one's a little bit smaller than like that guy. And then again, here, maybe I'll overlap them a little bit to be cute. You can definitely turn some one way, turn some back the other way. This is a little tighter as I'm trying to do that. And this one just worked out better. So I was saying, so sometimes there'll be one that you're just like, oh, that's so pretty. That's exactly what I was looking for. And sometimes it's just not quite there. And that's okay. You know, you can cover the areas you don't like with something. You can just redo it. You don't have to use that strip of paper. You know, lots of ways to fix that. So we're going to sew right down here, and I'll do my dovetailing in a minute. This is the back side of it. You know, if you like the way it looks, you know, you have that. What I want to show you on this one was a little more wonky, where it's just whatever I want. So like somewhere in the front and somewhere in the back, and it's a look. I don't know why. I just like them to come forward most of the time, but you can mix and match. And all that means is folding it back instead of folding it forward towards you again. So let's do another one. And again, you know, here, up, back towards that guy, a little wonkier on this one, kind of straight again. And I want this one to kind of overlap the other guy a little more than we did before. So kind of there and there, there to there, a little bit straighter, and then maybe this guy, well, that's a little too far out. Something like that. That was a little bit straighter than I like, but there we go. And then back out. And this time I left myself a lot of space down here, but we will make adjustments after this. So this one's just a little bit tighter. I don't know if you can see the way that these guys came in. So maybe I'll cut this. Actually, I'll cut it right now. just to bring it back closer. And I'm using the stripe as a guide to make sure that's straight from the paper, not so much straight for what I'm doing, but see how just taking that away made it look much cuter. Okay, so we have that one. And one more time. And these are all different papers from that same paper pack. They feel different. I don't know how to explain it. Some are different thicknesses. They're made from different papers. Some are more artsy. It's an interesting paper pack. So these are definitely cardstock. They're not layering weight paper, but you can definitely do this with layering weight paper. I know I have some from like Anna Griffin that would be really pretty. I think from the Rose collection that are layering weight. And I was showing you earlier like this way and then that way, but right now I kind of do it both things with one hand, you know what I'm saying, at one time. So I'm going like this and bringing it back at the same time. And I kind of want those not to touch so much, so maybe this way. And then back and back. And again, I still have a little more on this one in the end, and that's okay, but I think I'm going to cut that down too. And I'm trying to do it in a straight way. Straight to the paper, not straight to the ruffle, because then it'll be crooked. Hope that makes sense. Okay, guys. I wasn't really going to use these today. I just wanted to do a quick tutorial showing you kind of how to do those by hand. And they just come in handy. They're so cute. Okay. So bring this guy over. Now obviously this is going to be loud, so I am just going to pick one, and that's as good as my angle gets, guys, but basically we're just going to sew straight down, and you want to catch what you would consider the middle. I know this is missing a lot and down here, so I'd go through like right here, and as you go through you're pushing these in. So as you go through with your sewing machine, you're going like this, it's going under your presser foot, you're holding it, and that's exactly what I'll be doing. Okay. This little machine is funny because I don't think it has a light. Because I was like, how do I know if this thing's on? I was going to turn on the light. So put it under your presser foot. Bring your presser foot down manually is generally what I like to do. Just so that it's in the paper. And then I go for pressing it. Now, I sit like a bar stool height table, and I don't really want to get off to do this. So you can, well, I'm going to, but you can press this with your hand. You don't have to use the presser foot. But I guess I'll stand up. I am actually sitting today for once. Okay. And the reverse function's right here if you want to go in reverse at all. You don't really have to tack this down, but let's say you do. So let's press this, let it go forward a little bit. Press your reverse function. That means hold it down, press the presser foot, it'll go reverse, and then go forward, okay? And I'll just go straight through this whole line. I'll be back. With these guys, as I guide it through, I don't know if you can see it's already out here, and the front is almost gone. I'll just bring the next one. Maybe you can stop and start it, however, it doesn't matter. But I'll just kind of, like in quilting, you just kind of let it go, keep going, and then feed in the next one. And that way you don't have to stop and start or tie it off, you just keep going. The next one's going in. I know it's loud, sorry. And then just get the next one ready to go. So again, squish it down, get it going. If you want to arrange your ruffles in any way, like that one here, or this one in front, that looks cute. Whatever. There you go. The next one's finishing up, and I'm starting this one. Goes right in. Just finished the last one, just picked up my foot. I'm going to lift up this guy, make sure my press foot's all the way up, and that needle's all the way up so I can just pull this. Now again, I didn't start and stop. You know, I didn't do a tack down stitch at the beginning or the end of any of these. Well, other than the first one that I showed you guys if you want to do that. I'm just going to move this over. And I guess get my presser foot out of the way. Not presser foot, but my pedal. And you can just cut these in between. I suppose if you're not ready to use them, you can just leave them, put them away, but there you go. And some people like to leave the little ends. You can trim them, you can leave them. You don't have to just go once. If you want to go over it 2 or 3 times, that looks cute too, like a little messy stitching. And then here, I don't know, I think I'm just going to leave this one the way it is, but let's say this one. If we want to do like a dovetail, since we already have a line there, I'm just going to leave it. Usually with a dovetail I'll cut a little bit and then I'll cut into it from either side, but for this one I'm just going to go like up to here, up to here, and try to make that meet so that you can just get rid of this, and then it leaves a little bit of your thread there. So again, that's why it's not super important to tack it down at the beginning or the end. It's paper, it's fine. I don't know that we need all that. Okay, look how cute. And again, I'll just have these ready. This one might be for more of a springy card. And I'll leave some with flat ends and some like this, so you can kind of see what that looks like. It's just flat. It has a little dovetail, maybe one dovetail, one flat, whatever you want to do to make these guys look extra cute. That works for you. There you go. And so there they are, guys. Again, I do have a cutting file that I just made. It was super simple. I just did a strip that was however big. I think it might be less than 12 inches though, because, you know, on the Cricut, if you have a piece of paper and you put it on there, like sometimes you max out the size, they're like, doesn't fit. So it might be like 11 3/4, 11 and a half. I can't remember the strip length. And then it just has a series of score lines that are like this and like that, like this and like that, like this and that. So it's just going to do that for you. When you get it off, you're just going to fold it up on the score lines, and you should have a nice, little ruffle. All right, guys, and then we'll play with these as the time goes by. All right, thanks for watching, guys. I'll link whatever's available in the description box along with that Cricut cutting file, and just have fun with them. I mean, you saw I had some that I wasn't super happy with, and it came out just fine. Which was that one? Which was it? This one? Was it this one? I can't remember. The one that just didn't quite. Anyway, they all look good. So have fun. I'll see you at the next one. Bye now.